Welcome to Sit, Stay, Read, the podcast for every wag, whinny, and whisker. I'm Kathleen Donnelly, award-winning author and retired canine handler. Each week, I chat with novelists about the bond we share with our furry friends and how they inspire stories. Grab a coffee, get cozy with your favorite pet. It's time to sit, stay, read. Well, I'm excited to welcome to Sit, Stay, Read my friend and fellow mystery author, Saralyn Richard. She's also a fellow Blackbird writer. We're in a great group of writers who support each other and support each other's writings. And along with that, she's a fellow dog lover. And we're going to discuss her latest release, Mrs. Oliver's Twist. So, Saralyn, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited to have you. I was trying to figure out, you've written quite a few books. How many books have you written?
I'm writing my 9th book right now, and all
Okay,
of these are since 2013.
that's amazing. I love it. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed Mrs. Oliver's Twist, and I think what I loved the most about it was your main character, Quinn McFarland. So would you tell us a little bit about the book and about Quinn and give us a little background there?
Sure. Well, Mrs. Oliver's Twist, and I have my copy too, um, is the second book in the Quinn McFarland series, although it can be read as a standalone.
Yes,
And you read it as a standalone, so
I
that
did.
tells me that it was just fine. Um,
It was.
but the first one is Bad Blood Sisters. And these books are set in on a island on the Gulf Coast of Texas, which it so happens I live on one. It's Galveston, Texas. So I had always wanted to write a book that was set in Galveston, and I had a lot of readers that were saying, "Well, when are you going to write a Galveston book?" So during COVID, I started Bad Blood Sisters. And because we
Okay.
were on lockdown and, um, really didn't go out or do anything, I was writing day and night. And the books are written from Quinn's point of view, and it's a
Okay.
deep third person point of view. So while I was writing about Quinn, because I was going into her mind so much, and she was in every scene and actually
Yeah.
in books, I really identified with her, and whatever happened to her really happened to me.
Oh,
And
wow.
it just was, it became very, very personal. And so I love the book because of that. And I love Quinn, and I feel
Yeah.
like I know her inside and out because of this intense period of time that I've been writing
Mhm.
about her. So at the end of, well, I have to go back up. At the beginning of Bad Blood Sisters, we see Quinn, who is about to turn 30, and
Okay.
uh, she's really at a point in her life where she's stuck because she's working in her family business, which is a funeral home.
Yeah.
And she um, she had a very, very bad experience when she was younger, and it
Okay.
traumatized her. And she had a very best friend who was actually her blood sister. They did that ritual where you mix your blood together
Yes. Okay.
to be BFFs forever. But that didn't last because her BFF turned on her. And
Okay.
so she was really, really traumatized by that and had some PTSD from that when
Yeah.
we met her in Bad Blood Sisters. And she's working on a body in the funeral home. She's an embalmer, and her best friend who betrayed her is brought in as a corpse, and
Oh, wow.
and
Okay.
she's been murdered. And Quinn has an idea about who might have done it.
Mhm.
And but she has promised, she's taken a blood oath not to ever tell about this traumatic experience that they had when they were
Yeah.
kids. And so she's struggling with whether she should tell or not. In the meantime, the criminals, the bad guys, have come after Quinn because they know that she knows. And, they don't want her to tell anything. And so they're watching her. And so she's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. And
Yeah.
so at the same time as she's trying to plan out her life because she doesn't want to be stuck in this job for the rest of her life, she doesn't want to
Yeah.
be socially isolated, which she has been. Um, so at the same time as she's doing all that, she's solving a murder and she's like thrown into this as an amateur sleuth with no preparation, no experience, and doesn't really want to
Yeah.
be there. So that's Bad Blood Sisters. And when it ends, of course, I won't tell you how it ends, but when it
Right.
ends, she has promised her family and her loved ones that she will never, ever be involved in a mystery again, in a crime. She's not going to work with the police anymore. This is not her jam, and she's not going to do this. And so at the beginning of Mrs. Oliver's Twist, Quinn is on the verge of living her best life. She has come
Yeah.
out of all of these bad things. She's just come back from her honeymoon. She has a loving husband. She's got a career change that's on the horizon. And so everything is going great for her.
Yeah.
And she gets a visit right away from a police officer that she worked with before, saying, "We need you to come identify the body of your sophomore English teacher." And she loved this teacher.
Yeah.
She just This teacher is one of the very few people who was so kind to her during this traumatic period in her life. And so she can't say no. And she gets herself involved in this mess, real mess. And so that's what happens in Mrs. Oliver's Twist.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I was laughing when you said she promised her family she wouldn't get involved, and I was like, but when you're a main character in a mystery, you're just that's just a promise you can't keep. Sorry, Quinn. So,
She's a reluctant main character.
yeah. Yeah, but she's so likable and I didn't know her background. This did stand alone very well. I mean, I knew some of it. You filled us in enough, but coming into it, it was you really are seeing her at her best. She's engaged to a wonderful young man. She's got some secrets she's getting ready to tell her family, but they're good news. It's not anything bad. So when this all happens, you're rooting for her. You're really excited for her. And of course there's a twist right away. We won't go into spoiler alerts, but I thought this book was kind of interesting because I think sometimes as a student, you look at your teachers and you think you only see them one-dimensionally. You don't think about all the other life they're living. Was that something, I know you were a teacher, so was that something that I'm guessing you deliberately brought that in?
Hmm. Well, and it's my sophomore English teacher who
Okay.
inspired me to become a writer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So this was kind of a nod to her. And she's one of the
Nice.
people that I dedicated the book to also.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And then I taught creative writing to high school kids. Um, so I taught English also. And
Okay.
so I was a sophomore English teacher to a lot of kids. And so I know that we kind of idolize our teachers if we
We
like them.
do.
Sometimes we abhor them,
Right.
but hopefully not too many of them do. And we don't think of them as having lives outside of the
Yeah.
classroom. We think that the person that they present to us is that person. And
Yeah.
yet, all of us are multidimensional and we might be one person in public and another person in private or in all of our
Yeah.
different spheres that we walk around in. We may wear different faces. And people keep telling Quinn at the beginning of the book, and she's getting involved with Mrs. Oliver's, you know, situation. And people keep saying she wasn't that nice, she wasn't that good, she did this or that. And Quinn was like, no, she was. And I just can't think these bad things about her because she was so good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fascinating. And again, I'm trying to be careful not to do too many spoilers, but I love too, you had one of your twists involved a tattoo. And I've thought that was so brilliant and fun and kind of help spur Quinn into the investigation. What made you decide to go down the tattoo route? As someone who has a tattoo, I always love it.
And I'm someone who doesn't have one. Um, I guess I just am kind of fascinated by tattoos. I have a lot of
Yeah.
friends who have them and a lot of friends who don't. And there are a lot of parlors here in town
Okay.
that are well known, and some of them for not so nice things, and some of them for really nice things. And I
Yeah.
asked one of my writing partners, one of my critique group members, what's the best tap parlor in Galveston? And she told me. So I just called this place cold. This is
I love
sometimes
it.
how I do my research. And I called and asked for the manager, and she was just so lovely. And I said, I'm about to write this book, and tattoos are a main clue. And
Yes.
and I was wondering if I could come interview you. And she said, sure. And we have a motorcycle weekend here in
Oh,
town
wow.
that's every year the first weekend in November. And that's a very big, busy time for this tattoo parlor because a lot of the motorcycle people also get tattoos.
Tattoos. Yep.
So she, this was a Friday, and she said, come on over. It's motorcycle weekend, but I'll make time for you. Just come before the shop opens.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
I went there at 11 o'clock. It opened at 1.
Okay.
And she was there, and she let me interview her for 2 hours. And at 1
Wow.
o'clock, the doors opened, and it was just a madhouse. And it was just really fun to see all of that. And she gave me some great information. And the character's name in the tattoo parlor is her name.
Oh, is it really? Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet she loves it too. I bet.
Yes, and she came to the launch party, and
Oh,
she
cool.
she participated in the launch party, and it was fun. So
I'm
I have a friend,
surprised.
I have a new friend because
I
of the,
love it.
you know,
I love it. I'm surprised she hasn't talked you into a tattoo yet. So.
we've talked about it. We've talked about it. I know a lot of things. Like I know which body parts hurt the most,
Yeah.
and hurt the least. I know all kinds of things now that I didn't know before. And that's one of the things I love about writing is that
Yeah.
you can educate yourself on just anything, any topic that you have any curiosity about. You can satisfy
I
that
agree.
curiosity by writing about it.
I agree. It is a lot of fun with that. And so I'm curious, which body part hurts the most?
Anything near the bone.
Okay, that makes
If,
sense.
you
I've
know,
heard,
like
I was wondering about fingers and stuff like that. So
if it well, there's fleshy parts of your fingers, and then there's bony parts.
true.
Anything that gets near the bone is going to hurt more.
Okay.
So
That's,
hips, elbows,
oh yeah, okay.
yeah.
That's good to know in case I get another tattoo.
I won't ask you where yours is.
Oh, mine's on my arm. It's on my upper arm. You just can't see it with, I have long sleeve shirts on today because it's cold here. It's 35 degrees outside right now. So
Wow.
yeah, but no, mine's on my upper arm. So no secrets there. Well, since it's sit, stay, read, let's talk about your four-legged characters because they were adorable. And it
Okay.
was a little touch and go at times for them. I was like, but I know you well enough to know. I was like, Sarah Lynn won't let anything happen to these dogs, so I can keep reading.
You can't kill dogs or babies.
No,
no.
No, not at
That's
all.
too sad.
But tell us a
So
little
yeah,
bit about the characters and if they were based off of any real dogs and
yes. I
okay.
I I'm a big dog lover like you, and I have had 9 dogs, and
Oh wow.
each one of them has been in a book,
Oh wow. Okay.
in some way, shape, or form. So my first book was this children's book, Naughty Nana. I don't
So
know if you can
cute.
see it.
Yeah,
So
there she is.
Nana is an old English sheepdog puppy who just wants to have fun, and she's terrible. She's really, really bad. Um, the worst ever. And this was based on truth, of course. And we had a sheepdog puppy, Nana, and she was so naughty that we were walking her every single day trying to get her energy out so she would be good at home because she broke my wrist,
Mhm.
she ruined both of my knees, she
Oh no.
chewed up my whole house,
Oh
she jump
gosh.
on, she was little, she was only 25 pounds and little, but she could jump up to the
Oh
kitchen
my gosh.
counters and take food off of the
Oh my
counter.
gosh.
I mean, she was just a tornado
Yeah.
under the Duchess of Destruction.
I love it.
Anyway, we were trying to get her energy out in a positive way and walking her. And I said to my husband while we were on a walk, I think I'm going to write a children's book about Nana
Yeah.
because there are children that are, really wild and need to calm down too. And maybe writing the book will calm her down. Maybe I'll get some insights on what to do with Nana. So that's how this book was born, and she is the narrator of the book. So it's all told from her point of view. And
I
that
love
was
it.
the beginning of my putting all my dogs in books. And Nana became just this famous dog. She became perfect. Her behavior
Oh
was just
wow.
perfect. We went into schools, more than 100 of them,
Nice.
and
Wow.
she was the Galveston Tourism Ambassador dog. And
Oh my
so she
gosh.
went on the stage at the theater, and she was on TV with the weatherman, and she
Wow.
she was on the amusement park in the bumper cars, and she's been on submarines and parades and parties and just everything, everything. So that was Nana. And then each of the books has a pet of some kind. Um, my Detective Parrot books, the pet is a cockatiel, a bird,
Oh,
because
fun.
the
Okay.
detective can't have a dog because he's gone too
Too
much to
much.
be able to have a dog.
Yeah.
But uh, then when I got to Bad Blood Sisters, the dog that I put in the book was Calvin, who is a West Highland Terrier of late. And he was just a wonderful, wonderful dog. And so he
Yeah.
he became Quinn's, he was her puppy, and I wasn't prepared for how much people were going to fall in love with Calvin.
Yeah.
Really with all of the pets, no matter which
Yeah.
pet it is. People fall in love with these characters. And
They
it's
do.
surprising because they're not your main character, but they are in a way like a Greek chorus. They're in the
Yeah.
background. They add to the action, but they're not the focus of the action.
Yeah.
They kind of comment on the action like a Greek chorus would. Um, and so they add substance and depth to the story.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's what I love about doing this. And people just went nuts over Calvin. So he's back in Mrs. Oliver's Twist, just like
Yes, he
Quinn
is.
is back. And Quinn and her husband decide that they're going to get him a playmate. So we bring another Westie into the story, and there's a sort of dicey thing that happens with them.
Yeah.
They're part of the mystery too. And don't worry, they survive.
Yeah, yeah. That is one spoiler alert I'm happy to
They
give. They did
survive.
survive. They
Yeah.
do. And I thought it added to Quinn's motivation then to really solve this mystery because
Hmm.
I almost felt like she was like, okay, someone can come after me, but my dogs,
Hmm.
that's another. And I think that's maybe what readers and authors love when we add in the characters. It shows something more about the
Hmm.
character and who they are. I
Hmm.
don't know if you agree or not, but
Yes, it's a nurturing
yeah.
aspect of a character who's, I mean, she may have other flaws, but she is not going to hurt her dog. Her dog is going to be top priority.
Yeah, and she'll find whoever's out after her
Right.
dogs too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So you've been writing since you said 2013, is that right?
Well, that's when the children's book came out.
Okay. Has there
Mhm.
been anything that surprised you the most about this writing career, shifting from English teacher to full-on author or any sort of,
I think I wouldn't say really surprised, but I wasn't prepared for how the networking of authors is so much fun.
yeah,
It's like
it
a
is.
sorority, fraternity. Um, I feel like I have since, maybe not with the children's book, but since 2018 with my first mystery novel, I've probably met 500 mystery authors. I mean,
Wow.
that's a
Yeah,
lot of people.
that is a lot.
And and every one of them is lovely and friendly and not competitive, sharing, very open-hearted about sharing things, um,
Yeah.
supportive, understanding if you've got a problem, they may have had it before and solved it, and have
Yeah.
some solution to help you with it. It's just, it's really gratifying and fun. I
Yeah.
feel like I have all these really close friends. You're one of them. And we've never
Yeah.
met face to face.
Mm-mm.
Well,
No.
we didn't go to each other's birthday parties when we were kids,
No,
but
no.
I feel like I know your heart because I've read your books.
Yeah,
And so I feel like you're a very close friend. And
yeah.
that has been a real delightful part of the author journey.
I love that. It is an amazing community, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's just it's an amazing, it's like you said, supportive, beautiful, all of that. So I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. And vice versa. I feel like I know you now that through your books as well. And it's been so much fun getting to know you. So I'm curious, what's up next? What are you working on right now?
I have to smile at this because when I was 15 years old and this English teacher that I told you about told me that I should become an author, I made up my mind right then and there I was going to be an author. And
Nice.
I came home and told my parents, and they said, "Oh, no, you're not. That's not a real job." So they told me I had to pick something else that would, be a better, more secure future. So I went into education and became a teacher, a principal,
Oh,
and
wow.
and a school improvement consultant. So it was a fabulous career.
Yeah.
But I mean, the good part about it is all that time I was collecting stories,
Mhm.
and the bad thing is all that time I had no time to write them. I
Yeah.
just couldn't write them. So after I stopped doing the consulting, I thought, okay, it's now or never. I have to start writing. And all this time, since I was 15 years old, I have wanted to write a book about Galveston during the 1900 storm,
Oh,
which is
wow.
still it's still the biggest natural disaster in American history. And
Wow.
and my grandparents who were here then. And they have a really interesting story. It has a lot of twists to it also. And
Wow.
I've never told anybody their story because I always wanted to write it, but I never had the opportunity and I just never wrote it. So now my next book is a historical mystery And
Okay.
it takes place not at the time of the 1900 storm, because now so many people have written about that that I don't think there's much ground to cover anymore. But
Okay.
my book takes place in 1903, which is during the rebuilding after that storm, which is also a fascinating time in terms of people and um, engineering and science and, the resilience of
Yeah.
coming back after a terrible tragedy and so many lost lives and so much lost property. And so I'm writing about that and my grandparents' story. And I did the research for this, some of the research for it, when I was 14, 15 years old. And
Wow.
I'm just now writing the book. And I'm enjoying every word of it. I'm just
I
having
love
such
it.
a good time. Every chapter is something that I've had in my mind for decades. And
Nice.
it's finally coming out onto the screen. And I'm really excited about it.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I can't wait to read that.
Yeah.
That'll be an amazing read. That'll be
It's
so
a
much.
big departure, though, from all my other mysteries.
Yeah. But after reading this book, your writing is so strong, and so I know it might be a departure, but it's going to be a good book. I'm certain of it. So I love it.
Yeah.
Well, tell us how readers can best connect with you and where they can find your books and all that fun stuff.
Well, I have a website. It's saralynrichard.com, or my name is kind of hard to spell, murderintheone%.com.
Okay. Okay. I love it.
And so you can find me there, and I'm always updating that website. And I'm on blackbirdwriters.com. So you can also get my books there, and I recommend that. Um,
Cool.
because then you can also see the other Blackbird writers' books, and we're an awesome group, and just I think we're the best writers in the business. So take a
I
look at
think
all
so
of our
too.
books when you're on there. And my books are everywhere. They're Ingram carries them, bookstores carry them,
Okay.
Amazon carries them, bookshop.org carries them. So
Perfect.
you can find me on social media, on all of the typical places. And for me, at least, the best part of writing is connecting with readers.
Yeah.
So if you have an interest in talking about reading and writing, please connect with me. I just would like to meet you. I would like to come to your book clubs if you want me to come by Zoom and you
Very
do one of
nice.
my books. I come to book clubs and lead the discussions and play games,
I love it.
have fun. I'm a teacher,
I was gonna
what
say,
I
yeah,
do.
that's right.
So I try to be very accessible to readers, and that's for me, that's the whole joy of being a writer.
I I agree. I love it. And I'll make sure I put your website in the show notes. So if anyone's listening, they can find it there and yeah, so they can go right to your website and connect with you. Do you do a newsletter as well?
I do a newsletter, and on the
Okay.
website you can subscribe to
So,
the newsletter. It's only once a month.
perfect.
I
Oh,
don't
that's perfect.
bombard my readers, so
Yeah, yeah, no, that's perfect. Well, I'll make sure I put your website in the show notes. Sarah thank you so much for coming on this show. This has just been so much fun to chat with you.
it's great to chat with you also.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much, and
you.
everyone, until next time, keep your tails wagging and pages turning. Thanks for joining me today. Sit, Stay, Read is a part of the Authors on the Air Global Network. If you enjoyed today's author interview, be sure to leave a review and share the episode with a fellow animal-loving reader. If you're curious about the world of working dogs and wilderness adventures, please check out my books at KathleenDonnelly.com. Until next time, curl up with your best furry friend and sit, stay, read.